Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Candy. I'm 25, mama 4, and wife and aesthetic injector. So let's get to talking about after I had baby number 4. I just didn't feel like myself anymore. I was really exhausted, tired all the time, but it wasn't like I was physically tired, but emotionally I was just drained. I felt like I was tapped out. My mental load was at its capacity. And honestly, I just felt lost. I felt like I lost who I am, and I didn't know what I wanted in life outside of being a mother and a wife. So this video isn't going to be about Botox. It's not going to be about beauty routines, but instead it's going to be about how I started finding myself again, because I realized that I wanted more, not instead of being a mom or a wife, but in addition to that. I was extremely young when I had my first kid, and no one really warned me that postpartum would affect me more than my body. My skin changed, breakouts, dullness and dryness on my skin, my hair, just everything. But overall, my confidence, that's what took the biggest hit. It wasn't about just bouncing back. It was about looking in the mirror and wondering where I went. I started to feel like I was just a caretaker, a feeder, a scheduler, but not a woman with a name or a dream. And that was especially hard to admit. Especially coming from a family where women were put aside their own emotions, their feelings, to put everyone else first, and they would lose themselves in the process of that. So explaining that to, my grandmother, who I'm extremely close to, was extremely hard for her to understand where I was coming from. Or my mom, who she knew what I was going through, but because she went through it and she's okay, it really didn't matter or didn't amount to that. So I decided to become an aesthetic injector because I wanted to help other women feel beautiful and feel more like themselves again. And not just because I get Botox myself. I wanted something that was just mine, something that reminded me I still had power, I still had purpose, and I still had passion. It wasn't about looking a certain way, it was about reclaiming my identity. And my business really gave me that. Every time I help another woman feel refreshed or more confident within themselves, it's like I'm healing that little piece in me too. Now, of course, for myself, it started with the little things, like, starting a skincare routine, even if it only took 5 minutes and it was just cleanser, moisturizer, and SPF, and that was it. Then from there, I started making space for myself to dream again. Even with all the toys on the floor, I would set aside some time to plan for my business and what I wanted and how I wanted that business layout to be. Aside from that, I also took on journaling, which it was something I used to do when I was a lot younger, and I had got back into it because sometimes my thoughts and feelings tend to weigh on me emotionally and mentally, and I just needed an outlet for that to go to. And of course, I had to make time for praying, being able to squeeze in at least 15 minutes a day for working out again. Doing all of those things helped me remember that I mattered too. I had to remember that in order for my kids to have an amazing mother and for them to feel loved and supported by me, I need to show up for myself in order to show up for them 100%. If you're a mom or you're a wife or you're just a woman who's got a lot on her plate in general, let me tell you this. Wanting more does not make you ungrateful. It makes you human. You are still in there, and it's okay to want to build something that's just for you. Now, if you ever need any support, I am here. If you want more inspiration, make sure you like and subscribe this video because another episode will be out next week. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.